So what are you most excited about in the world of imagery over the next couple years? What are you building towards? What big projects are you wrangling with right now? Like, what are you excited about?
I think video is definitely an exciting area. Customers are hearing and reading all the metrics around how your conversion and click-throughs and engagement is better with video and have a strong appetite to create with video. And I think that that's an area of big opportunities. How do you unlock that for even more people so that it's easy to find the right piece of footage and easy for them to license and easy for them to create with video? I think that's always exciting because I think that's just going to unlock creativity for more people. And again, you think about cutting through, right? Like that moving content, I think, is a big way that's being done, including on social media. I'm fascinated with like how visuals are changing over time. If you think back to what stock photography looked like, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, it was all really highly composed. Every
Yep,
detail was
sitting
very
at a
much thought.
desk.
Right, exactly, right? The stuff that you kind of get made fun of
Yeah.
for, right? Rightly so. Really high production values. Everyone was a model, and I think there's been a real push to what is authenticity. People want images of real people doing real things. Now, that's not to say that that is still not something that is created. It still requires the depth of thought, and that's actually what I think is so interesting about it is that to make an authentic image still requires a lot of thought, still requires the attention to detail, but it's to achieve a different sort of visual outcome. But I personally like the fact that it's moving towards far more real, diverse, inclusive depictions of everything, whether that's what a man looks like, what a woman looks like, what sexuality looks like, what a marriage looks like, what business looks like. I like the fact that we are moving away from things that are more contrived. I think it's a more healthy reflection of who we are as people. I've always said I'm purpose driven, so I like to be a part of something I think is doing good in the world. And at Getty, I think our editorial content clearly plays a role in documenting what's happening around the world. And I think that's really important. But I think it's equally important with creative imagery because I think creative imagery has always been how we reflect ourselves as human beings. And I think that always hasn't been the healthiest. And I want my daughter to be in line with me at the grocery store and see a magazine cover and not think that there is a narrow definition of what a woman looks like, that a woman has to be this skinny or shaped a certain way. I want her to feel connected to all the wonderful ways that a woman can look like. And that to me is really important. And I think providing customers with that choice and a range of choice so that there is more out there, and I think is really really cool, and that always excites me.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. When you said you were excited about video, how are you all leaning into that, or what are you looking into? And even thinking about like the new technologies and trends around Metaverse and all these things popping up, like what are you guys doing?
I think the metaverse item is one that's getting a lot of attention right now that we are still forming a point of view around and understanding how that's going to change where our customers are using visuals, how are they going to be marketing themselves within the metaverse, and what are they going to need to do that. I think that's something that's still in its early days. In some ways I tend to oversimplify things, but I think it's true. Like our business hinges on two things happening, which is the customer finding the right piece of visual content. That's where we go back to everything we were talking about before about search, and then having a very easy way to license that content. And if either of those things don't happen, then they don't get to a successful outcome and we don't have a successful outcome. You need both, right? Content and easy to license. And easy to license means that they understand exactly what they can use that visual for, the right price, it's easy to purchase that license, all of that stuff. So I think one of the things that we've done with video is we've started to offer subscriptions, which this entire business has moved to subscriptions, as so many businesses have in the last decade, offering subscriptions that include all of our content, video, images, illustrations, all in single subscriptions, where every download is a download. So it's very easy to use, and it just gives them that creative freedom. Once they have that plan available to them, now there's not this trade-off decision to make between using video and using images because of a cost reason. They just have a plan that gives them access to all of that. So like making it very simple, but a lot of what we focus on is, again, how do you get the people to the right piece of content fast? And how do you make it very easy for them to then get and use that piece of content? And that's no different when it comes to video.
Hey, thanks for watching. This segment was made possible by our friends at Salesforce Commerce Cloud. If you're looking for the #1 platform for all your commerce needs, go check out salesforce.com/commerce. And don't forget to subscribe below and tap that little bell icon so you can stay on top of all the amazing new segments and full episodes that we'll be putting out over the coming year with some of the best and most influential commerce leaders out there.